it like to be back last Friday night?
Yeah, it was great. Obviously, been out the last couple of weeks. It was a short cameo, but it was an enjoyable one, and it was just great to be back involved with the 23 again and get a good win against Wales.
I suppose we've heard a lot about like Hugo Keenan, obviously James Lowe as well. Was that kind of tough, kind of watching on from the sidelines and seeing those guys do well, I suppose as well?
Yeah, look, I've been in the last couple of weeks the same length of time as the lads. Even though I was injured, I was still, I suppose, trying to give a hand and learn a bit off the lads as well. But yeah, the competition for the back three has gone through the roof. As you said, with Hugo and James, Shane Daly as well, and Conway, and then you're taking the likes of Jordan's who's injured. So competition is through the roof. And in fairness to all the lads, there's no one holding back. We're keeping each other on our toes. We're telling each other things that we see, and we might see stuff differently. So it's a good friendship, between us all.
Final one for me. Obviously, with Johnny not there this weekend, if the likes of yourself starts, how much more responsibility do you have now with such a strong leader like Johnny and not in the team this weekend?
Yeah, he's obviously our captain, and he'd be a massive loss. But I think what our coaches are trying to do, they're trying to get us all to step up and be leaders, and that's from everyone in the squad. It can't just be Johnny, Pete or Hendy or James Ryan. We all have to become leaders to a certain extent. And look, the boys Ross and Billy, who came on last week, they're well capable of stepping up.
Can you talk about England and how difficult a team they are to play against? I mean, if you like, in terms of what you've achieved with Ireland and what they've achieved, like winning Grand Slams and everything like that, but they've taken another step in the sense that they've got to World Cup finals and everything. I mean, what is it about them that makes them so consistent and so difficult to play against?
It's probably the variation in their game. I think they can play any style of game they want. They obviously have massive ball carriers, massive momentum givers, and then they've got two world-class out halves, whoever it is, whether it's Ford or Farrell, running the show. Variation of kicking options, it's massive, and they can put you under pressure in any area of the game really, and I suppose it's up to us to counter that and throw it back on them.
Would you kind of admit, going over against a side that were in a World Cup final last year, that you would be kind of underdogs for this game?
Yeah, probably. When you take into consideration the last couple of times we've played them, we've been beaten well. But we didn't throw many shots against them the last couple of times we played against them. So I think we're going to concentrate on ourselves and hopefully put ourselves in a position to throw a couple of shots and take a couple of chances, and we'll see where we go from there. But I think the squad we've built over the last couple of years is well capable, no matter who we're missing, is well capable going on to beat world-class teams. So I think that's what we're going to concentrate on this week, is prepping ourselves and putting ourselves in a position and then hopefully throw a few shots. And no doubt it's going to be a tough game. It always is, but I think the big thing is we have to go over and throw shots this time.